So we are going live in 1 minute, and I am waiting for Raluca to join. Hi, hi. So I just need to add. Hello. We're starting very soon our live. We will talk today about active dreaming. I'm very excited about this topic and about this being first time when we are doing something like this, when I am doing something like this. I just need to add Raluca, and she needs to join first. Raluca is an active dreaming teacher, and she will be hosting a workshop here in Stuttgart very soon. And we want to give just some insights about what the topic is, why it is beneficial for us individuals, but also why it is so important for businesses nowadays to consider new methods, to be exposed to new perspectives and innovate business in a sustainable way. And I can see that Raluca joined, so I will add her right away. I'm adding her now. It's connected. Hi, hi.
Hi. Hi, Alina.
Hi, Raluca. So let me know if you hear well, and if
Absolutely.
I can also hear you very well. Wonderful. So we are getting people gathered around our talk today. We are discussing about active dreaming and its benefits for the practitioners of this method. And I am personally very intrigued by this topic because I didn't hear about it, and only lately I was exposed to this notion. And this was done by Anna, our common friend, when she was so excited about it. And during one of our calls, she just mentioned, hey, did you hear about active dreaming, that she's doing it right now? And she feels that her life gets so much more rich. And I said, yeah, tell me more. And then she introduced me to you, and this is how we got connected. And now planning something very interesting in October, something about which I will give you more details at the end of this live. And I would like to start with a very short introduction. Raluca, maybe you could introduce shortly yourself, who you are, what you do, and your connection to active dreaming. Maybe.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Alina, first of all, it's a bliss to join your event in Stuttgart, and well, I'm preparing for that with an open heart and a lot of enthusiasm. Thank you very much for the invitation. Indeed, active dreaming has been in my life for more than 2 years now. Basically, everything happened very fast, and I said, okay, let's see what active dreaming means. And so I joined a workshop, a first workshop organized by Robert Moss in Prague, actually in the Czech Republic. And that went like a roller coaster. And 2 years I have studied with Robert Moss intensively. My background basically is in totally in another different domain. I work in advisory support services for companies. I advise companies to innovate, to go international, and to scale. At this moment, it's very interesting that as I went on the journey with active dreaming, I realized that there is also a potential to join active dreaming with any field of work, with any domain where we are active in our everyday lives.
This is exactly what makes me so curious about your background, is this merge between business and innovation and methods like active dreaming. As I mentioned before, I do believe that businesses need to consider new perspectives and ways of innovating, and I like very much that you're bringing this into spotlight. A very short introduction about myself. My name is Alina. I am working in marketing and innovation at Bosch, and as a side project, I am the founder of a Hey Future community, which is a think tank to expand our collective wisdom about future, about technology, and also learning about how this technology can affect us humans and society. And I strongly believe that business has very much to learn and change into ways they approach the technological advancement, and this is why they need to get impulses from different areas. And this is something that I'm doing also at Bosch, and I'm very happy to have the support to do it, and of course then doing this outside as part of the Hey Future think tank. And we're here now with Raluca today to have to broaden a bit the perspective about this practice of active dreaming. And I would like to ask you if you will have to give us a short definition what it is. What should we think about when we hear this word? How would you describe active dreaming?
Well, I would right away say that active dreaming is something that we remember, and it's something that is with us all the time. It's not something that we have invented recently. It's an old science, basically, and people have been doing this for ages. Indigenous people used to do this in communities. Dream sharing was a custom. In the past, families and communities were gathering at the breakfast table to share dreams of the night. Well, let alone dreams of the night, active dreaming is also about lucid dreaming, the fact that we don't need to close our eyes in order to dream. And we can explore stories, images that belong to us, even during the day in lucid dreaming. And not last, active dreaming is also consciously approaching the daily life and living by what Jung was calling synchronicities. This is an interesting topic that brings us also at the meeting point between psychology, studies of consciousness, quantum physics, anthropology, because active dreaming is somewhere meeting at the border of many sciences and practices. Active dreaming is something very practical, something that you need to experience in order to understand. And just to maybe provide also a further metaphor for this, the word dream in ancient Egypt had two meanings: awakening and place. When somebody was saying, "I had a dream last night," they didn't say it like this. They said, "I saw in an awakening." And a dream is also a place, because when we dream lucidly or during the night, we also travel to places of imagination, places where we can access fresh information. Dreams always bring something that we didn't know before, always fresh information. So active dreaming is about consciously exploring this spring of information and knowledge that basically lies in ourselves, lies in our fellow humans, and well, we just go on an adventure.
How it's really it sounds like such a rich territory to explore, and my question is, how do you embed this practice into daily life? How difficult it is? Because I'm already thinking like, maybe maybe it's so complicated, or it's so effort intense that I don't maybe want to try to do it, even though I realize how important the consequences of doing it regularly might be. How would you say, how difficult, and how, for a beginner like me, what would be the way to start with active dreaming?
Well, in active dreaming, we are all beginners, while at the same time, we are all advanced practitioners already before even starting. Practice, 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 practice. Like in yoga, like in meditation, like in fitness, practice, practice, practice is the same mantra that is that is also appropriate for active dreaming. In the morning, there is this. Well, I'm starting always with the dreams of the night, but we can go on in lucid dreaming and dreams of the day and dreams of life. But let me start with dreams of the night, and I would like to invite you to have the recollection of the moment in the morning, then where we are somewhere in between sleep and awake.
Yeah.
That moment in the morning has a name. Actually, in psychology, it's called the hypnagogic state. Hypnagogic state. It's a complicated word.
Hypnologic?
Hypnagogic state. Hypnagogic state. And basically, it's a very fertile moment of the day when we get glimpses, where we get inspiration, where we have also slight remembrances of what we dreamt during the night. So basically, first of all, this is, let's say, exercise number 1. Just spend more time in this morning state between sleep and awake. Just spend more time. Let the images sink. Let just whatever comes to you in that moment, let it flow. Let it just continue. Because always when an image starts to arrive, when an image appears on our mental screen, it continues. The story continues. It doesn't stop to an image, but it goes into a story. So exercise number 1 is something very simple. Stay more in this hypnagogic state, in this state between sleep and awake, and wait. Just patiently wait. You just need seconds and minutes in order for something to arrive. And exercise number 2 is also very simple. Keep a journal. Keep a journal of the day and of the night. They can be separate or they can be all together. The flow of consciousness actually goes in between day and night fluently, without interruption. So one journal is okay. But just consciously writing in the journal every day or every 2 days, it's maybe one of the most important book that we ever write, the journal of our lives.
And let's say that I will be doing this, and all the symbols that I'm seeing in the dream, because I do believe that you don't have to take the dream for real and to say what exactly you see in the dream, this is what could get real into reality, but it's full of symbols. How do you interpret these symbols? How do you go about getting a feeling what a certain situation in the dream might mean in the real life or to you personally?
Well, the beautiful thing about active dreaming is it is not a book to interpret dreams. We don't decipher and decode dreams in active dreaming. But on the contrary, we take the energy of that dream and we do something about that. For example, let's say I dream about a red fox. Red foxes are very tricky characters. You know this word, they call it to unfox somebody. To unfox somebody.
I didn't hear about it.
It means that actually you outsmart somebody. So when a fox appears in my dreams, I don't necessarily limit myself and say, okay, the fox means cunningness, means sometimes tricking. But what I can do is I can bring this dream somehow into real life. I can draw the fox that I saw in my dreams, or maybe I can just read a poetry about the fox, or I can read about what a fox is doing as an animal when hunting, what the fox eats, what's the fox life as an animal. So there are many, and it's a playful exploration. Robert Moss usually says we need to take dreams literally and everyday life symbolically. Well, just to be even more tricky about it, we don't have any sign that this reality that we consider reality is actually more real than dreams. Okay, so playful exploration and sharing, a lot of sharing. I can share a dream with somebody, and that person might give me a hint the second day, might ask me more, and that would reveal more for me. So basically, also in Stuttgart, what we would like to achieve would be to play with the energy of lucid dreaming. That's what we will do. Easy say than done, but luckily active dreaming provides many tools and instruments, and we will have a map. You will see, we will have a map.
I'm really curious about it, and looking forward to our workshop in Stuttgart. And what is so surprising to me, or makes it even more interesting about this concept or this practice, is the fact that it is so easily interpretable, or it has so much playground, and there is no concrete guideline on how to interpret or what certain things in the dream signify, and that you have to decode them based on your own experiences or your own views, and this could lead to so many ways. This is really interesting, this aspect, and I didn't know about it. So it's nice to get this insight from you.
Always the best indication to get something from a dream, the best indication is how do you feel in the morning. Sometimes we have nightmares, but when we wake up in the morning, if somebody asks you, how do you feel? You say, oh, I had a nightmare, but I'm not afraid. Sometimes you have a nice dream, but you wake up in the morning with a sense of something is wrong, something is not going well. I had many colleagues in active dreaming practice and training that had dreams that basically prevented them from an accident, or dreams that showed them health issues in the body. So dreams also have this scouting into the future feature. And this feature it's a way that our psyche, our soul, is looking into the future and testing the possibilities and, well, trying to prevent us from bad things and supporting us to develop good things. I want to mention something that I refreshed this morning in preparation for our talk. I was looking into the dream talks and dream letters that were exchanged between Carl Gustav Jung and Wolfgang Pauli, the quantum physicist. Sorry, and actually they exchanged something almost 2,000 dreams in 1 year and a half. They had a very close relationship. They were very good friends. And basically for Wolfgang Pauli, dreams were, he said that in his letters, they are my secret laboratory. And also the origin and inspiration for many revolutionary discoveries that he opened up to the world in physics. And for Carl Gustav Jung, exchanging these dreams with Wolfgang Pauli was basically a very strong evidence and a very strong body of knowledge that he used in psychology, in dream therapy. So, dreams were the territory of friendship, of political decisions in history. A lot of people nurtured this awareness on dreams. And again, it's not only dreams of the night, it's also what we build during the day. Dreams of the day, dreams about the future, how we build the future, how we envision the future, how we scout and change the future.
Very interesting. This leads me to the thought of, because you brought these examples, I had to think about Ray Kurzweil, who is an American innovator, and he has patented so many ideas and so many solutions. And he's the one who believes in the singularity, a crazy thing that we would be able to upload our minds on a cloud very soon and we will reach immortality. He's really a very forward-thinking person, and he mentioned several times that he uses active dreaming, or the art of dreaming, to find solutions to his problems, and that he has this interesting habit before going to sleep, thinking of a challenge that he wants to solve, if it's on an interpersonal level, or maybe it's really a technical thing that he wants to get more clarity upon. And he thinks on it, he focuses his mind on that very topic. And very often it happens, based on what he says, that he gets answers and he gets solutions in the dream. And again, in that stage that you mentioned, which is called hypnagogic, right? State, he mentioned about it that this is exactly the very sweet spot where he likes to be a little bit longer to just explore everything and to make sure that he extracted everything from it. So it's very, very interesting. And I do believe that it's a skill and that you need to train it. It doesn't come just like that. But I'm very excited to explore it more and to start practicing this method.
Yes, indeed. And the hypnagogic state is also called the solution state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's as without any compromise that indeed it's a fertile moment for imagination and creativity. And indeed, in the evening, we can invite the flow of consciousness to join us with a question. We have a question or we have an intention. We just state its intention in the evening, and if not in the that night right away, in the other evenings we can continue to ask, and the answer will come, and the brain will lead us to the answer. We dream on an average 5 to 7 dreams during the night, and we manage to remember parts. But it's a skill. It's an innate skill, but like any muscle, it needs to be trained.
So do you say that indeed people that, for example, I'm talking about my boyfriend, that he's saying all the time that he doesn't dream of anything, and only from times to times it happens that he remembers something, but overall he says he doesn't dream. Does it mean that he really doesn't dream, or is just the mind is not trained enough to really see those moments and remember them when he wakes up?
No, we all dream, but he doesn't remember. And well, most of us, we don't remember so much of our dreams. But there are also ways to start remembering, to invite and to just to there are a few techniques, let's say, that favor us in remembering. Okay. I will definitely share that with you. Yeah. And what I would like to share, and not only just share, but also to invite you to live it and experience it hands-on. Because active dreaming is not talking about active dreaming. It's actually doing it. Yes. And what I would like to also invite you to do in Stuttgart is to do what we call dream tracking. And this is something really enticing and exciting. We get to travel, of course, with a dreamer's permission. We get to travel into somebody else's dream, either be dream of the night, dream of life, lucid dream. Well, yeah, let's see how that goes.
So will we be doing this exercise at the workshop?
Yes, oh. Absolutely.
Cool. Looking forward to it. So now that we talked about it overall, I mean, I believe that it's a kind of obvious the benefit of it, but I would just like to take your opinion on this again and maybe just highlight certain things. When we talk about active dreaming and business, why exactly do you think that it's important, and how this both can work together? Like thinking of a innovation department, how they can use this knowledge into advancing certain things, or it's strictly on individual level that each of the members should already get familiar with it and practice it and then come with new ideas in the team. How does it work, business end?
Well, first of all, active dreaming doesn't require a prerequisite as a training. It doesn't require this. It can be done spontaneously with the facilitation of an active dreaming coach. And well, besides myself, there are many active dreaming teachers and coaches that have been trained by Robert Moss during the past 15-20 years. Indeed, expanding the territory of active dreaming into other territories, because we are somehow used to function in boxes, and many times we have specific terminology, we have specific vocabulary and specific methods for specific things and specific fields of activity. But for businesses particularly, active dreaming would mean to tap into a type of information and source of knowledge that we haven't yet tapped into. Businesses are very used to use methods to basically be founded on what we have learned in the past. So we are somehow following linear thinking in business a lot. Well, it's not wrong. It's we have formed patterns and we are continuing with them. To bring active dreaming into businesses, organizations, and networks, and many types of activities that require bringing more people together, it would mean that we would all use other wiring in our brain, other neural path, other states of consciousness to bring fresh information and fresh inspiration. It's just tapping into another potential of the brain and of the emotions and of the our psychology, and so it's not something new, but it's something just accessing other states of consciousness for our what we call very practical and pragmatic way to operate in organizations.
Yes, so this I assume that we will learn very soon in Stuttgart, and there is for sure very much demand for it. I was talking with some colleagues working in innovation, also in other companies, and they were super curious about the method, and I was talking to them and saying, where do you get your inspiration, or how important it is overall for your business? And they said that they're constantly searching for this kind of hints and this kind of moments to be exposed to completely new ways of doing things or of talking about things, and going to different events that are unconventional and that are discussing or approaching certain subjects from different angles. And they said it's so important, and this is why many of them are very looking forward to meet you soon. And yeah, I'm getting towards our workshop now, just in some more minutes. I wanted to, before I go into that, I was searching online, and I believe that Robert Moss is having now, by the way, a training in France, if I'm not wrong. It was supposed to be end of September. I'm not sure if it's already ended. But on the description of that event, he mentioned some lines, and I thought it's interesting if I would just read them now in our life. And it's about the secrets of our imagination. And these are some statements that go like this. If you can dream it, you can do it. What is in your way may be your way. There are treasures waiting for you in the place between sleep and awake. There is a world of imagination that is entirely real, and you can travel there. Your body believes in images, and they can make you well. If you can see and sense your destination, you are better than halfway there. Your big story is hunting you. And then he says, the stronger the imagination, the less imaginary the results. And I think that like this one is really giving me such a pleasant feeling, because I just think it's so powerful what he is mentioning. What do you think about it?
Thank you, Alina. Thank you very much for quoting Robert now, and it really touched me a lot emotionally. He's not able this year to travel, unfortunately, but he's organizing these workshops online. I spoke to him about Stuttgart, and he's supporting us completely. So he will be following everything that we do. Well, I would continue. I would continue your quote from Robert with another quote from Robert as well. And this time he is in his turn quoting Mohawk Indians in North America, where they say big stories are hunting the right people to tell them. So let's make ourselves available to be hunted by the big stories. Sometimes it's like in the mirror. If you want to create something, you set the intention, and then you wait. In Stuttgart, definitely we will take a leap. We will jump into the water. We will not make a lot of theory, but we will definitely feel, all of us, inside, deep inside, what active dreaming can bring to us individually and to us as communities, especially now that we are living strange times. Of course, strange, but well, with a lot of potential. But it's also now it's also a moment where, somehow we are aware that we can do anything. Isn't that scary? Isn't that awesome? Yeah, it holds active dreaming. It holds a lot of value for the future, and yeah, let's see which is the big story that will hunt us in Stuttgart.
I like very much that you see these symbols, and you also talk like this, and I could definitely see a difference between how you approach things and if I would just talk with someone else who would not be exposed to this practice. And this is very inspiring, and especially the symbol of the wave that you brought, of this event, of the Great Wave, which of course has the symbol of a wave, and you talked about it, that it was like another symbol for you, that this happening in Stuttgart might be the right thing for you. And I just like, and I think it's just so much more interesting, everything what happens around us, if we see things like this and approach things in a more playful way, like you mentioned before. Yes. So regarding our event, for the ones who is watching this now and also watching this later, I will talk about it a little bit right now. And I just wanted to go quickly through the comments, and I see that Mariana, she's mentioning that in the practice that she's talking about, and she's also practicing, it's called the Rose method. She's mentioning about a technique called Yoga Nidra that is somehow connected with the active dreaming, because she says that it lets you access other places consciously and learn from that experience. Thank you so much, Mariana, for bringing this into. And if I think about it, it's indeed like this, because during our practice, I'm also practicing the Rose with her, thanks to her. And we also have a moment at the end of our practice in which we envision or dream about who we are and who we want to become. And I think it's very powerful in giving us the needed energy to really go there. Yeah, so Mariana, looking for Yoga Nidra today in our practice a little bit later. Yeah, and Anna is also here with us today. Hello, everybody. So a little bit about the event that is happening and where Raluca is coming, and I'm so grateful to you that because of you, you make this happen. This event, which we are contributing to with Raluca, is called the Great Wave. and I'm trying to use now a sharing function. I don't know if it will work, but yeah, I think it's rather limited.
Yeah, it works already. Yes.
Yeah, so this is this festival called the Great Wave. It has the mission to make business more beautiful and humans, or business more human and humans more beautiful. And they are organizing this every year, and this year it will take a virtual dimension. It will be global. The years before, they have started in Barcelona, now in Lisbon for some years. And this year they're really trying and exploring and squeezing everything from the technology to make this experience very enjoyable for its participants. And as part of this event, we are, as a local hub in Stuttgart, we are committed to be part of it, because we do connect with their mission, and we do connect to their values and what they want to achieve with this event. We are organizing under the name of a local hub in Stuttgart a workshop on active dreaming, and Raluca will be its key player, because she's enabling it with her expertise and know how to make this workshop happen. We will have some other moments around the active dreaming, some shows to stimulate our imagination. So looking forward to it. Currently in the planning phase. Our event in Stuttgart takes place on October 17th, and we are communicating about it, and the ones who are interested can get in contact with me. I will give you more details. And otherwise, what I could say is that I would enjoy, Raluca, if we could make from time to time this a good habit and talk about active dreaming, to share more online about this practice, maybe making an experience out of this live connection, maybe practice it, a simple exercise or so. I could imagine this would be very immersive and appreciated. So we could think what we could do more about it for the online audience, and not only for the ones who can join actually our event face to face.
Absolutely. Of course, that after the event, it would be my pleasure to also connect you with the active dreaming community of Robert Moss, and to follow that too. As far as I am concerned, it happens that I started my first active dreaming workshop. It was a 2-day event in Jordan, in Amman last year. And then I continued in Romania, and in the place where I live, in the western part of Romania, in Timișoara, I already hosted 6 active dreaming workshops. So from my point of view, it's always feasible to travel or to invite or to connect online on the topic of active dreaming. I would like to explore more, and this is my my home play, not homework, but home play. This is my home play to, in the next month, to explore more and even go in more depth into this joint project, active dreaming and organizations. Yeah, for me too, actually it's a gift and a privilege to be in Stuttgart, and I'm going there wholeheartedly.
Wonderful, and yes, we are waiting for you with the open heart, and I really hope that this will spark the scene in Stuttgart, and businesses will get their attention towards such practices, and hopefully my company, Bosch, will be curious about it, and I would be just happy to make this happen, and to also learn from you. I will be an active part of your workshop. I promise myself I will forget about organization stuff and really immerse into what you have prepared for us. And yeah, I will try to be as selfish as I can, because it's really, I don't want to miss out.
Absolutely. We will be there 100%. present there. We will have a common space, a safe space, and a playground. We will take on lucid dreaming adventures. We will play synchronicity games. We will share dreams and track into our fellow participants' dreams. I will make sure that you taste many many parts of the active dreaming menu, and that you basically get the feeling fully and completely.
Wonderful. Sounds wonderful. Looking forward to it. To the ones who joined today, thank you so much. If you have any questions regarding the method, or maybe you have some wishes, just let me know about it, because maybe we can make many things to happen. We just need to know this from you. And Raluca, I'm thanking you for taking the time today to shed the light on this topic. And yes, looking very much forward to see you in person soon.
Thank you, Alina. Thank you very much. And like you said, you invited our friends and participants to bring wishes, to mention wishes. Yes, please bring wishes, and more importantly, bring dreams to our circle, to our group in Stuttgart. Bring a dream.
Wonderful, wonderful note to end this live. Thanks again. Have a great evening, and
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye. Take care. Bye bye.
You too.
Bye.